with Okada. Hey, Okada, your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast, it's like cruiserweight action. In your house is a perfect distraction. Pop us in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Swallow.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? Hollywood House. In your house. We here. We ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits. Because I'm with the shits. Because I'm ready to talk a little wrestling. That is right. We are back. And you already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to professional wrestling. And guys, I'm just chilling. Alright, I am just chilling. I just want to come on here, holla at the household real quick, because I appreciate y'all. You guys are the ones who made us a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts, an internationally listened to, and of course, we've been charted. I mean, so much things going on, so I was like, man, I'm here. I took time off from my shoot job to get this move done, and I got a little bit of time on my hands because we were ahead of schedule. So I thought I'd slide on here, talk to y'all real quick, and talk a little bit of wrestling. And man, I gotta tell you, if you guys listen to the podcast version, and I can hear it in here too, the acoustics in here in this, I love my new house, but the acoustics in here is so bad. Like, I'm definitely gonna fix that. I gotta get more of my studio stuff up, but I hate it. It's just like this reverb is crazy, and that's great. That's great for music, but not really for podcasting. So, do plan to touch that up. But I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all real quick because I was feeling the urge to want to do that. A lot of things to talk about in the professional wrestling world, as you guys know. We've had Monday Night Raw, and I already talked to Monday Night Raw with you guys on my solo show. We talked about quite a few things, and it turned out and it made for a really great episode. And I appreciate you guys for sliding through in the chat and chatting me up and getting a little interaction. I know you guys are, doing y'all's thing. You guys got y'all's lives. I'm broadcasting on y'all on a Tuesday afternoon. Most people are at work. Now I'm broadcasting to y'all on a Thursday afternoon when, once again, most people are at work. But you guys are sliding through and coming and talking to me. So I appreciate y'all. So let's go ahead and get right into the nitty-gritty of what I wanted to talk about today. And you guys can bring up any topics that you want to, because I'd be cool with doing a little mailbag too. Like, if you guys just got questions you guys want to ask and you guys want my opinions on stuff, I'm totally down. Let's just have fun today, y'all. But until then, I want to talk a little bit of NXT Roadblock. This show was last night. No, it was Tuesday night. I'm sorry, Tuesday night. Last night was Dynamite, and I'll talk a little bit of Dynamite as well. But I'm not going to be on here too, incredibly long. But so I'm not going to break down every detail of the show. But I will talk to you about some parts that piqued my interest. And it was crazy to see. We saw William Regal. We saw William Regal slide through, and he confronted his son. He confronted his son, Charlie Dempsey, who is now the Heritage Cup champion. So that went down. He said, this man really said, this young man said to his daddy, he was like, "Yo, I'll defend this cup better than you ever could." Like, dang, that's your daddy, bro. Like, you just gonna sit there and talk to him like that? Like, that's crazy. Especially William Regal. Like, that man is wild. If any of you guys watched some of William Regal's, like, his I don't know if it was like mid-2000s or something when he was really playing that heel. You guys know this dude's vicious. This dude is no joke. He's a man. You guys know what I'm talking about? Oh, I got my man. Oh, my man over here, the voice, Josh Joseph. And what up, man? I appreciate you for sliding through, poking your head in, and saying what's up. I do appreciate you, bro. But I just thought that was interesting to see William Regal back on NXT TV. He's been back with the company for a while now. Like, it's been a while. And he's had a little bit of interaction here, like when he handed the reins off to Ava, who is now the general manager of NXT. But now we see him come through and confront his son. And I like these little touches of William Regal here and there, and him kind of pointing like, I see you, like, you guys are the future. And of course he's going to do that to his own son, and I'm sure he's proud seeing his son do all the stuff that he's doing. Charlie Dempsey, he just had an excursion a few months ago over in Japan. Great stuff. NXT is really cooking. My man Austin, I will see you Saturday, bro. And yes, I would love to see William Regal and his son have a match. Let's do that. I really dig that vibe. And like, it's crazy because when I see Dempsey, I see Dean Ambrose in his early days, like before he signed with the WWE, like before he's like during his NXT run, but also before he signed with WWE when he was part of like the Switchblade conspiracy and stuff with that crazy hair going and that unhinged mindset. And like, I think that really William Regal saw himself in Ambrose, now John Moxley, of course, during that time, because they had a program in NXT way back in the NXT days, way back. But yeah, I think when I see Dempsey, I see that Dean Ambrose. That's what I see. I see it. I'm not saying that he wrestles like him, but I'm saying the looks. It's if you put them side by side, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Put young Dean Ambrose side by side with Charlie Dempsey and tell me you don't see a resemblance, because I do. So I don't know. I thought that was cool. This NXT Roadblock, it was a show that, once again, like we're doing with WrestleMania, it connected some dots and got people going to where they were supposed to be going, like with Carmelo Hayes versus Tony D'Angelo, and that went down in the main event. Now, if you know anything, if you're paying attention at all to what's going on in NXT, to anything what's going on with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, you know ain't no way in hell they are going to do NXT Stand and Deliver and not do Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes as a match. There ain't no way. They've been leading to this. You know what I'm saying? They have been leading to this. So there was no way. I did not see at all Carmelo Hayes winning that match. Tony D'Angelo's he's growing on me a lot. I'm not saying I ever didn't like him. I just didn't really pay attention to him. But he rising, bro. He's good. I like, and his character. Listen, his character work, solid. Plays that role well. I dig what he's doing. He's got Stacks over there. I can't remember the young lady's name that is now running with him in the last couple of weeks. But you know, they got their own little family going. You know, and like, I like these like gimmicky wrestlers like coming back where it's not like super cheesy, but like well, Chase U's kind of like cheesy and whatnot, but I like Chase U. There's a place for that. Like, Chase U was something that, and I wanted to make sure that I talked about this because I was playing WWE 2K, and that releases nationwide and worldwide tomorrow, and I was playing that, and I was playing with Trick Williams, I was playing with Tony D'Angelo, and I was in a triple threat match with Tony D'Angelo and Andre Chase. And I'm just sitting over there like, this is the goofiest mess ever. Like, this is the goofiest mess ever that this guy, he got the whole university thing. But then, like, seeing how they, like, ride so hard for the U and stuff like that, and, like, the school was about to go under, and then they saved the school, and now the school's doing great. They were selling calendars. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, for the U. Like, I dig it. Like, it's something goofy and kind of silly, but they stuck with it. And because they stuck with it, now it's like, you know what? Chase U, it's a thing. It's a thing now. And it's a thing because they stuck with it. I dig what they're doing with these gimmicks, because some people will look at like Tony D'Angelo and Andre Chase and be like, this is dumb. Like, classic WWE bad characters. Let me turn on AEW so I can watch a 30-minute match. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, and you like what you like. It is what it is. But I like characters. I like the development of characters. And that's what they're doing in NXT. They're taking their talent that they're bringing in through their next in line program, and they're developing them and letting them do things, you know, their way, and finding these gimmicks. And I'm sure there's some direction there, you know. With the people that are in charge, William Regal that runs through there. You got Shawn Michaels that, you know, is doing his thing over there. CM Punk is now more prominent there. There's definitely like different Like, there's definitely different ways, that they're directing them. But the fact of the matter is, they're taking these guys and giving them direction and giving them backstories and giving them characters. And listen, as long as it's done well and it's owned, like the character owns it, it's not coming from a place of like, I don't want to do this. This is a stupid gimmick. I'm just doing it because that's what Sean wanted or something like that. Like but they really embrace it. They really embrace the character. I think that's the thing. Like, people wasn't rocking with New Day in like the very beginning. They were coming out doing their happy-go-lucky thing, and people was like, this is not how I wanted the New Day. I wanted the Nation of Domination, and they went somewhere completely different, and people rejected it at first. Then they embraced that rejection by turning heel, and then because their heel antics were so good and so entertaining, it turned them into great baby faces, and boom, this goofy, silly thing that people were turned off by and thought was stupid is now embraced. You know why? Because they owned it. That's exactly why, bro. Because they own the character. I'm sorry, I went off on a little tangent right there, but that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they embracing those characters, Tony D'Angelo, Carmelo Hayes, and of course, that theme is hitting. They had the little trick. Tony had the music hitting, and Hayes came out here with like some boys. Like, he came out with some hitters, bro. Well, not like hitters, but like, he came out with security, whatever. To try to make sure ain't no Trick Williams. So Tony plays the music, and Trick don't come out, and Tony takes advantage of the distraction, beats Carmelo Hayes, and then Tony tells Carmelo, hey, but I still got a surprise for you. Music hits again. The security is ready at the entrance to stop Trick Williams. Trick Williams comes out through the crowd. Boom, gives some work to Carmelo Hayes. Gets the crowd hype, and that's what I like. Like Trick Williams is energy, bro. Like, he is energy. That's what I like about him. He come out beating on his chest. He got, he's just like, it's straight up like big boy energy. I love it. Like, Trick Williams got a heavy future. That theme goes hard. The only thing I would request, because they've been killing it, WWE 2K24 is a great game. But hey, you need to install the Whoop That Trick chance into the game. It's not in there, bro. It needs to get in there immediately, because it don't feel right without the whoop that trick. And then that's when you gotta install Booker T in the game. To have the Booker T character only do commentary on Trick Williams matches, so you can be like, yeah, I like it. Like, that's what you should do, man. Like, just the idea. If anybody from 2K ever listens to this, you probably won't, but it's just a thought. But like I said, there was no way in my heart of hearts, there was no way that I really thought that Carmelo Hayes was going to come out winning that match. Because he got Trick Williams waiting in the wings to stand and deliver. Tony D'Angelo is going off to face Ilya Dragunov at stand and deliver. That's crazy. Like, there's a lot of people that are like, Tony D'Angelo, really? But if you really pay attention to what he's doing, like, it kind of makes some sense that he would get this opportunity. I'm not exactly saying that he's going to win. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that it's interesting that he's in this opportunity. You got Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. They're retaining their titles at WWE NXT Roadblock, and that's an interesting dynamic right there. Like, they retained the match or they retained the titles, and it was a good match. But like, what are we doing with Braun Breaker? Like, he's the tag champion now, but he's officially signed to SmackDown. That's what I kind of want to focus on a little bit. He's still, I don't know if are they going to drop it at Stand and Deliver, and then they go ahead and sway him off and push him onto SmackDown for good? Because I'm looking at what my man Austin is saying. He said that Stand and Deliver is going to be Carmelo's NXT send-off match. Could that be the same thing with Braun Breaker? Could we see Braun Breaker lose the titles with Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin go off and do his own thing at NXT? Because I think Baron Corbin's pretty happy at NXT. I dig his role there, and Baron Corbin's one of those guys that you can plug him in anywhere. He's just kind of plug and play, honestly, and he's very underrated for that skill. But like I said, you got these send-offs happening. Braun Breaker go off and focus on what he's doing on SmackDown now that he's officially signed. And yeah, like I said, I thought this show was a good show. You saw Shawn Spears. Like, not only did they bring back Ty Dillinger to WWE, they brought him back to NXT as Shawn Spears. And I'm looking to see what they're gonna do with this unhinged character that he kind of has right now. And he's doing some stuff with Ridge Holland right now, and I'm interested to see where that goes. Like, honestly, I have not been this interested in Shawn Spears since he was Ty Dillinger, and that's just the truth. I want to see where he goes with this. I want to see what happens. I want to see where we're going with this version of Shawn Spears on Roadblock, But once again, this show was really good, enjoyable. Everything is heating up. Everything is really heating up as we get closer to, Mania, which Stand and Deliver is part of Mania. Now, I know you guys, are wanting, I want to hear P come on here and talk a little bit of NXT, but once again, he's been busy, so I'm coming on here. You know why? Because NXT's good. You got Joe Gacy and Dijak going up against each other, and everybody's saying, "Oh, Joe Gacy, they just making him the next Bray Wyatt, or they're trying to push him as the next Bray Wyatt." No, bro. No, Joe Gacy been like this. Like, he's been this crazy, bro. Like, it's like, maybe he was inspired by Bray Wyatt. There's probably some truth to that, but I think he's doing his thing in his way and has been doing that for a while. So I don't think they're trying to make him the next Bray Wyatt. I think that's just, like, they're him and Bray, they're huskier gentlemen, and they're kind of playing like this unhinged cult leader type character. Like, I get the similarities, I do, but I just think Joe Gacy is Joe Gacy and Bray Wyatt was Bray Wyatt. And if we have somebody that can respectfully fill that type of role, with that type of alternative thinking that Bray Wyatt had, if Joe Gacy can fill that type of role, then you know what? I'm here for it, I'm not saying he needs to be exactly like Bray Wyatt. He doesn't at all. But if he has a different avenue of thinking like Bray Wyatt did during his lifetime and run as a professional wrestler, then I embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I embrace that. I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think that's cool. I dig what Joe Gacy is doing, to be honest with you, and I dig the fact that you got big dudes, big dudes like Dijak doing moonsaults off of cages. That's crazy. Dijak is somebody who you should. This is awful. Dijak is somebody who you should feast your eyes on. And if you haven't been feasting your eyes on Dominik Dijakovic for a long time, like I have, you know what I mean? You don't know this guy is fire in the ring. Dijak has been fire in the ring. He just has had to do other weird stuff, like, what was it? That stable, Rebellion or Resistance or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. The one with Ali, that was cool. Like, had potential at first, and then they just made it something stupid. Like, I don't know. It's just, he was T-Bar. T-Bar, bro. He was T-Bar. You got Dominik Dijakovic, like a huge man with great in-ring skills, and you got him as T-Bar in a useless stable that you had no plans on doing anything with. You just wanted to spoof on Antifa. So anyway, Dijak is great, and if you haven't watched his Ring of Honor work and you're interested in Dominik Dijakovic, Dijak, T-Bar, check him out, because he does a great job. You know what I'm saying? So I once again, I got to speak highly on NXT. I just do, because, like, it's a great show that is having all these different, like, matches. Like, the Heritage Cup is something I didn't even know about before a few months ago. I like that. We have Asylum matches, which is technically just kind of it was a cage match more than anything else, but it's still great, and people chanting, "This is crazy, this is awesome," and it's, You know, it's like my man Retribution. There it is. Thank you. It's like my man Hype said. Gacy just loves pain. You know, so that's exactly what it is right there. You know, great show. Wolf Dogs versus Chase U. You know what I'm saying? You know, Sean Spears picks up a win. You know, good for him. You know, you got the Kabuki Warriors going up against Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. You know, you got a chance to see the women's tag team matches or women's tag team championships defended. And then, you know, Roxanne Perez going heel. You know, she went crazy. She just viciously attacked Valkyrie and like is sending people's arms in foot stomps and the steel post, and it's just a mess, you know. So, you know, you got that going. Blair Davenport and Fallon Henry, you know, a lot of things moving. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things moving. Once again, it was a great show, and I think that everything's just kind of ramping up as we head into Mania season. Well, we're in Mania season, but as we head into WrestleMania and get there, wrestling is always cooking, always heating up, always in the mix. And we're seeing that too, even with AEW. AEW just had Dynamite last night, and a lot of things coming out of Dynamite, as a matter of fact, including a rebrand. Like they got a whole new look, and they're not really like. It's not bad, but I just don't think people don't like change like at first. You know what I'm saying? You got people who's comparing it to, you know, NXT 2.0 because the colors and stuff like that. I'm pulling it up and I'm looking at it right here to get it like a fresh set of eyes on it in front of me because I just want to get a look there. But yeah, man, people just don't like change at first. You know, they don't like, and this is what they're gonna go with. It's got to be a thing where it's like you got to stand on it. You know, because now you done it. It's out there. You know, NXT had to ride with NXT 2.0 until they found the opportunity to not do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, you kind of got to stand on it and just keep it going, keep it rolling, you know. And I think that's what we're going to see from AEW. You know, you have Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland going up against, you know, the Kingdom. Samoa Joe and Strickland, they win, and they, you know, Swerve and Joe. This is a rivalry that it looks like is going to be continuing. But you also have Wardlow in the mix too. You know what I'm saying? You have Wardlow in the mix, and we got people getting choked out. You know, we got Strickland getting choked out. So, you know, you got Brian Cage and Hook, and people had their thoughts on that match, you know, as far as like realism and what we're seeing in front of us. Like, I think that's a lot of complaints that people have on AEW, as it's like things like inconsistencies and like size and like the things that like the way that we move and things that happen like AEW. You know, and then Chris Jericho, he's coming down, he's helping Hook out, you know, like it's crazy to see. But one of the main things I really wanted to talk about from this show is the debut, the debut of Okada, you know, and that's interesting right there. You know, you had the Jacksons, you know, they're coming in. And the Jacksons are basically saying Kenny Omega's fired. Kenny Omega reacts to it on X, you know. So I thought that was funny. They're spoofing on Tony Khan, and it's like now they got Okada there, and this is the interesting part here. Like I want to talk about that real quick and just kind of focus on that because I kind of brought this up in the In Your House group chat. I'm bringing it up here. Okada signing with AEW, and he comes out but he's going heel, and he's with the Jackson brothers. This is not how I expected this debut for Okada to go. Because Okada is, New Japan Pro Wrestling, great in-ring prowess and stuff like that. So I thought they were just going to be like, legendary wrestler coming soon, Okada. I thought that they were just going to go that route and keep him in his lane. But no, they brought him in and actually they're going to do something different with him and push him as a heel. Okay, let's see. I'm intrigued. Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, I'm intrigued. It looks like AEW is trying to step that game up because I'm seeing some things here with Strickland, Okada coming in and kind of changing the way you're thinking about him. Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay, they're like, okay. I'm sitting over here like, okay, something's happening here. There's something cooking here. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe this rebrand is the start of something different for them in their minds. And I'll pay attention to it. I'll see what's going on. I got to tell you, between trying to keep everything cooking, with the podcast and following WWE and being, working the indies and having to, and talking them up because I love the indie, support indie wrestling. You know what I'm saying? With all that, it's hard for me to watch that much wrestling. I don't want to get myself overloaded on it, so I just watch what I can. But if AEW is gonna go that hard, I'll tune in and see what's popping. You know what I'm saying? And see what's shaking. I definitely gotta get back into the groove of it as far as AEW, because I really haven't paid that close attention. And it's not that I hate it, y'all. Calm down. It's just that there wasn't anything that was making me really want to stay locked in like that. And I'm super locked into WWE. Don't take it personal, AEW fans. Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just keeping it real. That between my real life, between the work that I do in wrestling and covering wrestling, there's only so much I can talk about. And if I'm not intrigued about what you're doing, then there's no reason for me to go there and talk about it, because I'm either going to be lying to you or I'm just going to bash it. And that's not what this podcast was built on. It wasn't built on just bashing brands or bashing shows. You should support all wrestling. And if you don't like a certain promotion or a certain style of wrestling, go to the style or the promotion that works for you. Straight up. I'm not gonna sit up here for 45 minutes to an hour and just bash AEW or bash WWE or bash some indie fed or something like that. I'm just not gonna do it, because that just puts bad juju into the air. I'm not doing that, bro. There's a lot of podcasts that you can go to that is going to sit up there and just poo-poo on everything and armchair book. And I'm like, hey, I say that shit for my GM on 2K, bro, because it's there's no way that somebody who has no experience in the business knows how to book better than Triple H or Shawn Michaels, or hell, honestly, Tony Khan. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Tony, but try having his job and then come back and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, bro. And and wrestling is hot, man. I know it seems like everybody's it is a niche thing, but it's a niche thing that's growing. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. It is a niche thing that is growing as we move forward here. And guys, if you guys can see down here on my banners here, I got some shows here that you guys should be checking out. Now, this Saturday, it's going to be in Columbus, Indiana. That's In Like a Lion, Emerge 76. That's going to be a good one. Destination 6, they're going to be having When the Dust Settles on the 16th in Macomb, Illinois. I will not be there for that one, but you should definitely go support it if you are in the area. Also, you should check out New Era Wrestling Presents Shamrock Shakedown. That's also on the 16th, but that's in Shelbyville, Indiana. I will not be at that one either. Once again, still moving, getting everything situated, but that you should definitely check that out. Then I'll pick it back up at Wrestle Art 16, No Way Out, on the 23rd in Indianapolis, Indiana, where you're going to see some great, fantastic wrestling. They just dropped an episode on IWTV, so if you want to take a look at what Wrestle Arts is before you attend the show, go to IWTV and check out everything that is moving and shaking over there at Wrestle Arts. So I will be there. I'll be making my debut there, doing some backstage work as a backstage producer and correspondent, and I'm excited about it because Wrestle Arts is a show that has a lot of great talent, a lot of great wrestlers that I've worked with in the local area and even in, nationally in other states. So definitely check all these great promotions out that I've had a chance to work with or will be working with in some capacity. Emerge Professional Wrestling, and that's in Columbus, Indiana. Destination 6 Wrestling in Macomb, Illinois. New Era Wrestling, that is in Shelbyville, Indiana. And of course, the New Era Wrestling Academy for people that aspire to be a pro wrestler or enter the professional wrestling business. And then Wrestle Arts, that's in Indianapolis, Indiana, another great promotion. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to throw out a little episode for you guys to come and interact a little bit if you want to, and we did get a little bit of interaction, and I do appreciate you guys a whole lot. But I'm going to slide on out of here, y'all. I have a few things to do here in the studio. Then we got a couch coming. We got a couch that's going to be heading here. Finally, I can sit down and I can take my couch naps. You know what I'm saying? If you in your late 30s, I don't care what you're talking about. Them couch naps are fire. Midday nap, fire. If you get a chance to do it, because I do all the time. It's the only way I can keep going and do all the stuff that I'm doing between podcasting, fathering, working, hitting these shows and doing the best I can to help these shows as a commentator, as a podcaster, as a manager, as a backstage correspondent, as a backstage producer. Like, I wear many hats, and in order for me to keep on going, in order for me to do all the running that I do, listen, man, I need those naps, bro. I need those naps, bro. So I said, old ass man, bro. Old man energy over here, bro. Big facts, dog. Big facts. But once again, I really appreciate you guys coming in, man. I always do. I've been feeling blessed, being in this new house and this new environment. And for real, like, the support that I'm getting from my peeps on social media, yo, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Like, I know, like, I wish that y'all could feel how I'm really thanking y'all, because, like, it's appreciated. Like, this was a big come up for me and my family. I'm excited about the future and all things that can come with me and my family. And now I'm out here in the mix, out here around some great promotions where I can do a little bit more, man, and show the wrestling world what I got. I'm not trying to hop in the ring and tussle with these guys. I'll leave that to the young men and the athletes and stuff like that. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm not trying to take any wrestler's spot. I'm just trying to come in here and help out shows and contribute and feel good about myself and my contributions and contributing to something that I love, like professional wrestling. I'm here as your backstage correspondent. I'm here as your manager. I'm here as your commentator. I'm here as your backstage producer to help your show move as smoothly as it can move, because I have a unique relationship with these wrestlers, and because I've had them on this podcast over the last 5 years, or I've ran into them in the shows. I'm not a wrestler, y'all, but these wrestlers show me respect, and I appreciate the respect that these wrestlers show me, because they know that I'm really, truly out here for the good of them and for the good of wrestling. So I'm here if you need me, and I just want to spread my unique message and my unique talents to the world out there, beyond this home, beyond my new beautiful home. And I want to help wrestling while I'm throwing my talents out there into the world and letting people see what I got in here and in here. For you podcast listeners, that's my heart and my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and slide out of here on a high note. Hope you guys really appreciated this episode as I appreciated giving it to you. And guys, you already know we're going to keep on rolling and keep on going and keep on growing, and we're going to keep on showing exactly who we are here at In Your House. So guys, you already know where you can find me. That's at Hollywood House. That's on Facebook, and that is on X. And then it's The Hollywood House on IG. So you can follow this great podcast, and that's In Your House. That's HOWSE. And of course, the W stands for work. So guys, I really appreciate you guys sliding through one last time. And guys, maybe we can get back to this on Sunday. Get a little hype action, get a little P action on Sunday, get a little house party action on Sunday, and we can get back to it. But until then, make sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because household, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.